Hey guys, how you doing? It's Saturday the 18th of May and I don't usually do a video on weekends, but I thought I'm driving and I'll just jump on here and have a quick chat with you guys. Hope you're doing well. If you're new to the show, give us a quick like, subscribe, all the rest of it. And just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been dropping comments in some of the videos. It's been really great, you know, sort of having little chats with you guys. Yeah, some of you from Australia, so hi from Australia. Yeah, but obviously people from America, I think Holland, where else was there? I can't remember. There was I was just having a look at a few of the stats, so that's quite interesting. So I just want to say, yeah, huge thank you, really appreciate it. Yeah, big fan of all the Aussies down there, so keep up all the good work down there, guys. And yeah, today, quick update, $1 a day, 1,840 sats today. So I do buy my sats every day, even on weekends, even on days I'm not doing videos, but I am obviously today. So that's my, how many sats I got. I'm encouraging you guys to do the same. You can read a little bit in the comments, or I just briefly outline what I'm doing. And yeah, the reason I thought I'd jump on this, it was interesting. I watched a video, I can't remember who the guy was. If I get a chance I'll link it, but again, these are all one take videos. I'm trying to quickly, easy, efficiently, blah blah blah, so forgive me if I don't, but it was really interesting, and it got me thinking. I thought it was worth sharing with you because, you know, it's helpful, isn't it? We all want to just be aware or think of what's happening in the space. And it was talking about how, I don't know, back in 2014 or whenever it was, you know, all the hedge funds and money people were dismissing Bitcoin and saying it's you know, load of rubbish, doesn't have utility, blah 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 blah, despite obviously, you know, billions, trillions being transacted and never going down, and you know, all the rest. And then obviously a few years later, it turns out that, oh, actually these people, these institutions, these money people have been buying Bitcoin since 2012. And it just got me thinking, because ultimately, you know, it was all lies and smoke and mirrors. Obviously they didn't want to tell people that they were buying Bitcoin because, you know, they don't want to, you know, encourage others to do the same. They want to have a head start on the likes of us. And it just got me thinking, because again, you know, he sort of was talking about it as well, of how important Bitcoin is as a long-term play, as a long-term opportunity, as an intergenerational opportunity. And it got me thinking, you know, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of lies, and this is quite typical of the elites of this world, whether it's within, you know, politics and these country lanes, a little bit tricky. Country lanes, tiny little lanes, and anyway, back on point. And it just I think it just, I'll cut to the chase. Long story short, I wonder whether, and it's just a thought experiment, but I wonder whether a lot of these projects that come and go each cycle, I mean, there's what, I don't even know how many crypto projects are out there in the world. I don't know, say 5,000. There's probably, like, you know, there's thousands every, you know, and every cycle they all come out of the woodwork, and, you know, new ones appear and the old ones are still there. But it just got me thinking that, you know, we know that there's a lot of manipulation, both in, you know, in terms of societies, financial, and all the rest of it. And ultimately, we always, you know, we've got to question why. You know, is the, you know, I don't want to get too political in this, you know, and on this channel at all. But it just got me thinking whether I wonder whether a lot of these projects are, you know, VC funded as a manipulation to slow down mainstream adoption. You know, Joe Blogs investing in Bitcoin, because obviously, you know, that it does take liquidity away and the opportunity away from people, because obviously every cycle Bitcoin goes up and up and up. Yeah, of course it comes down, but it just got me thinking, and I'm sure not every single project is manipulated with the sole focus of, you know, trying to keep Bitcoin to, you know, out of the hands of everyday Joes. But you can't help but wonder whether, you know, there is a little bit of that happening. You know, don't get me wrong, there are some, you know, I'm a tech guy, I'm in tech, so there's no doubt there are plenty of projects that without a doubt aren't going to be like this. But there are projects that are, you know, hugely VC funded, and, you know, and of course they'll make money for those people, but they're not going to be here for the next 10, 20, 30 years. Most projects have that moment and then never see another all-time high ever again. There's a lot of traffic on this road today. So yeah, I just, you know, I might be talking absolute garbage here, but it just got me thinking whether, you know, the big players in the financial space, you know, they've been lying in terms of their adoption. Nation states, they're not going to tell us when they're adopting, you know, Bitcoin, and it is just such a valuable asset class. I don't think most people really realise how valuable and how important it is. Not really. Sure, you guys might, but there's a hell of a lot of people who don't. And if they get distracted by the short-term gains, and this is again the important point, it's short-term, a quick casino type world, short-term gains, and it just keeps them, you know, keeps those people a little bit arm's length of Bitcoin, doesn't it? It stops them maybe having as good a position as possibly they may have done. So whether that's a deliberate ploy to again suppress the price of Bitcoin, or just, you know, keep more Bitcoin to themselves, I don't know, and I don't have the answer. But the reality is, like I keep saying, is that we're living in a world where what we are shown with one hand isn't necessarily the reality. Where, you know, governments sow division to distract from possibly the real problems of a broken financial corrupt system that steals money from the likes of you and me through inflation and taxation. You know, I think if the world was a calmer place, I think the public would have more time to consider these issues. But when they're fighting with each other over whether it's climate change, over whether it's, God, you pick it, there's been a whole number of things, hasn't there, over the recent years. It distracts from the bigger picture. And they've been proven to lie over and over again. So why do we think anything would be any different? so I'm talking quite slowly because I'm actually trying to concentrate as I'm driving. I thought it'd be a nice quiet country lane today, but it's a bit busier than I was expecting. I guess the weather's nice, so everyone's out and about. So yeah, that's it really. Just wanted to share that for what it's worth. I guess the question is also, are we too late? Are we too late for Bitcoin? Because actually we've been deceived. We're not maybe having as good a position as we should have or could have in the past. The short answer to that question is I don't think you can ever be too late to Bitcoin. I've said that before. I think Bitcoin's going to be going up forever. I don't think people can quite grapple their heads around that. And it's quite crazy when you think about it. You know, what does that actually mean? I don't think we can, as humans, actually quite grapple exponential things that can happen. It's just beyond our probably imaginations. And I can't grapple my head around it, but I do think Bitcoin will go up forever. And I think it's going to be really interesting going back to the $1 a day challenge, just to see how things pan out in the next 10 years and how we can look back at some of these videos and yeah, just sort of almost go, wow. I want a little bit like when you see those historical videos of those guys, you know, mining, you know, 30 Bitcoin a day in 2010 and 2011 and all the rest of it. Very early days, and they able to mine Bitcoin on home computers. And you look back and you go, wow, if only. But yeah, I think on the manipulation side is just be aware, particularly of VC funded projects. I think projects which do have utility and a good use, hopefully for the benefit of the world, which are maybe sort of more decentralized and things like this, then there's possibly there's better, I guess. There's a foundation that is sound, if that makes sense. There's a desire to actually, you know, make a difference and be, you know, and contribute in a positive way. But I do wonder whether a lot of these projects that spin out, and they can be small, you know, they can be things that you've never even heard of, but it amazes me how some of these projects get funded, but ultimately it sucks money away from Bitcoin, and it sucks those people away from Bitcoin. And those projects, like I said, I don't want to repeat myself because it gets a bit boring for you guys, I appreciate that, but I think it's important to be aware that those projects will not be around for the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Bitcoin will be. Depends if you want to play the casino game or if you want to think about investing for the future. For me, I'm looking at the future. I've never been a gambler. Doesn't interest me one bit. No problem if you want to. And don't get me wrong, I got some crap in the last cycle. But, you know, we live and we learn. So that's it, guys. Listen, just a little thought I want to share with you. Hopefully that, yeah, it just gets you thinking, opening your eyes on in terms of what could be the reality, or not. So hopefully that's helped. Listen, if you're still here, give us a like, subscribe. Hope you have an amazing weekend. It's certainly a lovely day here in England, and wherever you are, I look forward to hopefully chatting to you in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll hopefully do. I'm probably not going to be doing this tomorrow, but you know, never say never. But otherwise, you'll probably catch me on Monday, and we'll get back to it. Maybe we chew the fat as we drive, as you're in your car, maybe you know, hang out with me, as listening to me ramble about crap. Yeah, listen guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Catch up soon, and yeah, have a great weekend. Take care.